And I am live! And I am live! Yay! There we go! Yeah, no, go. Yes, hello, welcome. Have been gone for a little while. 3 weeks of holiday. Before that, all kinds of stuff going on. My life, my work, whatever. So, never mind. I am back. And where are we? There is my stream manager. Whew. Yeah, this is in quite some weeks the first time that I am even painting again. Well, I did paint a little corgi for a D&D game, but that was literally just between something else. Welcome everybody. And to be honest, I completely feel as if I'm streaming for the first time again. Yeah, there we go. That was I did hear myself also on my stream manager. Whew. So, it is still September, so I need to finish at least one pirate. And in this case, Undead Pirate. I do not even know. Oh, right. Yep. I always take part at some challenges. Not contests. I always want to say contests, but those are challenges from other painters and streamers, like Muse's Touch and the Mighty Lancer Game family. They have really great monthly challenges that they give a few words or one word, and you can in fact just do with that word in context with a mini, whatever you want, as long as you say, hey, this has to do something with that word. Well, of course, if they say dragons and you paint a seahorse, then better paint it as a seahorse dragon. In this case, for September, I am painting pirates. Now, they are undead, yes, but still pirates. Also, I am using the colors black and red. Well, not on this mini right now. And that is for the Muse's Touch prompt challenge, or challenge with prompts, or what. The contest does not have a real name, I believe. But yeah, so pirates or red or black. I'm using them all three. Why not? Also, for the big brush off from Mighty Lancer Games, they have something with dungeon, and well, sorry, these are skeletons. Still a little bit more alive than you normally would think, but if we are all Dungeons and Dragons players, we all know not all skeletons stay dead in dungeons. And also, yeah, I have to get used to keep my mini nicely centered, so you can at least see what I am doing. These all are... One moment. I'm sorry. I also have to get used to talking a little bit slower, as I'm always hurrying. And I don't know why. It's Saturday evening. At least it's Saturday evening here in the Netherlands, in this part of Europe. And I did not have to work today. I still do not. Well, I consider this a little bit of work, as it is some kind of And as you see, English is not my main language. I have this same problem in Dutch, so that's a complete stupid thing to say for me. Anyway, yeah, it brings on obligations, this streaming. Hey, hey. Really nice. 2 tunes straight to each other. Thank you very much. Welcome, John the Templar, for your resub. For 12 months? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see some work coming my way. Oh, 12 months. Okay, John, you just like with Muse's Touch, you have earned yourself a free painted mini. So I will no, I do say that. I'll have to get my my cookies are ready. Welcome to my stream. Everything happens always, everything at the same time. So, John the Templar. $12 months. Mini. I will contact you by on Discord. I think that's the easiest way. And we will talk about it. Damn. There you go. And stay. And how is John doing? Oh, I'll get that beeper off. 1 moment. There we go. Hey, he has disappeared. Yeah, I am talking here. And I was, I tell you, I was baking. Sounds good, thank you. Hey, okay. Yeah, I was baking. And something very special. How about bases? I call it baking, but that's absolutely not true. They only need to be cured in UV light after they have been 3D printed. And well, with a nice assortment of minis still in boxes, blister packs and whatever. It's always good to have some extra bases laying around. Normally when I am done 3D printing, I have sometimes a little bit of resin still in the machine, and I just print some extra bases. Especially now I use a lot of, oh my god, that little sprint. Jesus, I'm really out of form. Really? Yeah. 3 weeks vacation does do that sometimes. Oh, and I see his ankles are not bone yet. Good. Yeah, so I have been printing 3D printing bases, as I have noticed that some bases like 32 millimeters, 40 millimeters and 50 millimeters I do not have very. Oh. Yay! Woo 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 woo! Thank you for the raid, Muse's Touch. Thank you, and thank you for the stream, of course. Loved it. I know you have to run. And thank you, Aspire Painting, for the follow. Thank you very much. Welcome to my stream. I've been away a little bit, so I'm totally starting anew with streaming. At least that is how it feels. Today I am painting Undead Pirates. And as always, I get completely distracted. I was telling something somewhere, somehow, about something. Anywho, my stream is blocked. It's all black. Oh. Well, I did see myself on my stream. Well, you have to wear anyways, but no connection here. What? No way. I do see myself. What? You do? Looks good from here, yeah. Now, okay, good. What? Why? I am live, yes, I know. I see myself on screen, I see myself live. So, I think there is a... oh God, no. Yeah, I think it's more the problem on your end. As here I see everything is okay, but well, not everything, because I see a very nice message coming over, but that should have been... damn. Okay. Oh, if you reload or refresh, then it is apparently working fine. So it's probably on your end. Sorry. Why do I say sorry for something? I cannot, I don't know. That's the kind of person I am. Media Matt, hey, hello, welcome. Nice to see you in chat. Welcome for the first time. And I just got rated by Muses Dutch, and a lot of, yeah, have great fun. Thank you, Carol, for the stream and for the raid. There you are. Hey, Janur, hello, welcome. Yeah, it feels as if I'm streaming for the first time again. Yeah, good. Yeah. Welcome. I am the Ball GM. It is a nickname that did stick. Let's phrase it that way, meaning that I am still bald. Only GMing is not something I do anymore. But I have always been painting minis, and also when I was GMing, DMing, role playing, leadering, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, well, that's something I still keep doing. And today I am painting, at least working on splatting paint on Captain Razig and his undead crew. They are undead pirates. This is they all have names. They are, oh, this I can see. This is Grim Pete, by the way. I can, as you can see, this is my way of keeping track. What mini is what? Well, of course, I can see that this one is different than that one, but I love to know their names, as these are Reaper minis. They all have a certain name, and also on the other side, you can even see a little bit. I did write down the number. That's a little bit easier. These are just crewmen, but we have Captain Razig. And now it gets funny, because this is Captain Razig. Yes, Captain Razig. Then we have a Captain Razig. And I don't know why, but I pronounce it the German way, as the Z is pronounced as a TS, Razig. More like with a little bit of T sound in it. So I don't know why, but and we have a Captain Razig. Okay, 3 captains on 1 boat. That I think that's the reason why they died a little bit. But no, I believe this one is from Dark Heaven Legends. One of that's a certain series of miniatures they have. These 2 are from Warlord. So I don't know exactly why they have 3 different minis, but hey, why not? I don't mind. So there are crewmen. We have a sea hag. We have, oh no, I don't know the name of this lovely lady, but she is a benchy mage. Good combination, I would say. And then we have, of course, Salty Dog. That name that I don't forget, because it's a little bit dog-like. Okay. But yes, if I throw something or something falls because I'm just dumb, that is my reaction. Good. So I have there are in total I have 20 minis. Oh, I did forget. I did add 4 minis that are not officially for Razig. I have added 3 of these kind of ghosts, and I'm trying out a new recipe for painting see-through transparent minis. Reaper does have those plastic minis that are a bit of transparent, and normally you would say, hey, they don't need paint. No, but if you add some paint or some kind of shading to it, you get a little bit more details out. And this is a little bit of a new recipe I'm trying out. Looking nice so far, but they have to dry. I put those are not from the series of Razig. Also, this one is not from the Razig series. This is Captain Creel. Something. He's an a Hellborn, as they now call it at Reaper. For D&D players, he's a tiefling. Tiefling. I always put the TH in there. And yes, I am a little bit hyper. Haven't been streaming for a while. Haven't been painting for a while. And it is almost 8:30 p.m. here. And I have to till 12 o'clock to at least finish one of these minis. Because then at least I have, I'm painting them because I like to paint them. But also for a challenge. Or for 2 challenges to be exact. Muse's Touch. Carol has her own Muse's Touch challenge, and that ends at 12 o'clock. The same with the Big Brush Off from Mighty Lancer Games. They give a word or several words per month, and you can paint a mini that you think has to do with that word or with those. You can interpret it a little bit like on your own, as long as you can defend that. Yes, if you say I have to paint a dragon and I paint a dragonfly, it has the word dragon in it, doesn't it? It does. So that kind of stuff. For Carol, for Muse's Touches stream, I am painting pirates. They are undead, but still pirates. And also I am using, Carol has several words per month that you can use. So in this case I am using the pirates, I am using red, and I'm using black. And there are even some that have swords, as it is sword timber. I thought, she said. So that could be Oh, and for the Pokemon catches, a wild Numel has appeared. Don't know what that is. So yeah, instead of chatting and keep myself distracted, and I believe some of you are here to see me paint, or at least hear me paint, as I do know that there are always people lurking, which I absolutely don't mind. And I always forget the most important question. How is everybody doing? It's not that I'm not interested in how everybody is doing, but as you can see, I'm quite hyper. And you're doing good, Shanur. Nice. Good to hear. Now that is also part of his. I am should have been quite relaxed after 3 weeks of holiday, but as always, after 1 week of work, no. But not going to complain. To be honest, going back to work after 3 weeks of sleeping in, going back to bed late. It's always nice to get back in some sort of rhythm. Medium met, yeah, good, thanks. Alternating between eating and painting. Oh! Then, yeah, well, as you probably know, I always like to drink while I paint. So one suggestion, watch what you eat and watch where you put the paint. As we all know, it will not be my first time that I drink paint flavored coffee or clean my brush in paint in coffee flavored water. So and as I haven't painted for a long time, so the yes, we have the where is it? Oh, I thought I had a yes, I have. My pokey tool. In fact, I should use my my special pirate pokey tool for this day, but that's I have a painter special coffee blend. Oh yeah, and well, I guess if you are eating while painting, then certainly. Although with eating, oh okay, depends a little bit on, of course, how your coordination is. My coordination would probably indeed be that I at one point am going to put my brush into my food, because my brain is already thinking, hey, I clean my brush and will then clean my brush and then have a bite, but my hand says yes, bite, and I have paint on my food. That would certainly be a big possibility. Let's see. So we are, in fact, a little bit of batch painting, meaning that I am painting the same colors on several minis without finishing one mini in particular. It's special. If you are a wargamer, you will certainly recognize it. That's how a lot of people that do wargaming or play war games and collect large amounts of models for their armies, which also have to look a little bit the same. Well, they are often specialized in batch painting, and a lot of paints that come with wargaming are specialized for that special purpose. And I'm not talking about the speed paints, which are, of course, very... Wait a moment. No, that is still a shirt. So yeah. Now I even got lost track of where I was going with that whole thought. At least speed painting this stuff. I have 3 minis in front of me that I somehow hope to finish before 12 o'clock. Which could be a big problem because a mini is not finished until the base is also done. Oops. And I want to, of course, stay on the nautical part of the whole thing. And it would be nice if I could make it even a... Oops, I'm off screen. Guys, I have a button for that. In case you don't know. So yes, I am, this is one, for those who do not know, this is what I do. I splatter paint on minis. And I talk a lot of talk. What? Yeah. I'll give this one also a blue pants. It's not a blue pants, but just blue pants. Yeah, I ramble a lot, especially because my brain goes faster than my mouth. Or my mouth cannot keep up with my brain. And oh, I am missing something. Who is missing also something? When I do not speak, I don't hear anything anymore. No, that's because my music is not on. I do have... Oh, let's get back. Where is it? Music. There we go. Now I hope... Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. There we go. A little bit too loud on my end, as always. I'm going to... no, I have... So, for the minis mainly, now I am using a black for everything that I want to make black, of course. I have a dark red or deep red from Reaper. As these are Reaper minis, I am going to use mainly Reaper paints. Ooh, yeah, the music starts. Yay, party! For the bone colors, I used North Bone. I like the bones always a little bit darker. Also, these are... I don't know how bones look when they have been years on the sea bottom or something like that. But I can imagine that they soak up a little bit of the water. And they will look a little bit darker. I need a brown. I need also a brown later on, I see. North Bone for the bones. And I have a, what was this? A Brion blue, a darker blue. I'm using the deep red. I have some other colors over here, but you will see that. So, before I get to the next color, let's see what can we make blue. Oh, this one has a sash. Let's make the sash blue. I, of course, do not want to give them all the same color in pants. That's a little bit dull. encore une fois. Hey, hello David! How are you doing? Wrong. Okay, yeah. Yeah, maybe. How are you doing, David? I have to apologize a little bit. I have not started on your commission yet. I'm still. That's also a brown. Yeah, I really needed to take my vacation for taking vacation. So I have not been painting all that time, but they asked already on my table, and I will certainly start as soon as possible. Although I did get just a new commission. Has been 4 doggies. Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, damn. I had hoped that I had to use my my pokey tool again. Guys, I really need to come on, this is only my 3rd cup of coffee. I always get a little bit nervous when I'm streaming. Always, every time again, even after 2 years. And somehow, I don't know. Oh. And for those who do not know, no, I do not only paint Reaper minis. I do paint all kinds of stuff, like also 3D printed busts. Hey. Oh, thank you very much for the biddies. Thank you very much. That goes into my 3D print budget, I would say, or maybe to my. I found some nice, yeah, Warhammer stuff, of course. Yeah, I didn't have anything others to do. Oh yeah, and I found an old mini that also fits very well with this nautical theme. But first things first. Yes, first things first. Finishing these models. Expensive. Yeah, it's an. That is it indeed. You know what? Let's try that. And especially the Games Workshop hobby, that's quite a really great hobby. That's not so much. I am trying to paint, at least in some pirate movies. I have seen pirates wear white and red striped pants, and I am, as you can see, I have a really steady hand. Also great eyes for getting the stripes even. And why do I make it myself so hard? I have other minis that have better pants that I can. Oh yeah, but those are all. Hey, if you do not try, a wild Voltorb has appeared. Oh, and I am going to watch the whole Pokemon catching stuff a little bit better, because if the next few weeks nobody catches any Pokemon, I will stop with this Pokemon stuff, because damn, the last few streams nobody did catch anything on my stream. Come on, that Pokemon community, that is not a not good for my streaming image. I really had to rethink, as I wanted to say it in a Dutch way, but that doesn't come out very well in English. Yes. Do we want to? Yes, we want them very vibrant. So I am doing it wrong. I should just paint it all white. As I said, I am in a little bit pink. Oh yeah, well. You see, even a painter that has been painting for more than 30 years forgets sometimes that paint has to dry before you paint over it. A rookie mistake. Well, the good thing is paint, you can always paint over it. Yes, finally. See, I should threaten them more often. I should threaten them more often. Oh, finally. Good Pokemon community. Very good. You may stay. Oh, wait a moment. We have a... Let's do that. Yay! Finally! So, completely go back to what I was telling at the beginning of the stream about at the beginning of the stream. I am... They heard you. Yes, they did. Finally, somebody is listening to me. Finally. Huh. Feels so great. Finally, somebody is listening. I am batch painting these models, which also makes it for me necessary to later on use a wash. We do need a brown. Yeah, let's make those black too. And I have no clear idea about yet what I am going to paint in what color. I just go by. I have that color still on my wet palette, and pick up a model and see, oh, that can be that color, that can be that color, and so on and so on. With these are just the basic colors. I will tone them down with a wash later, but I also have to plan a little bit about what colors I'm going to use, as I am using North Bone for the bones. I cannot use that, for example, for making the whites. I don't want to be white. But I also do not want them to be bone white. So I need a different... I have a skeleton bone. No, I could But we do have a special bleached linen color. Thank you, Bertha. That's my paint shaker. It is an almost white, but not quite. And of course the name of the paint does already refer to where it can be used for. So it is my idea to just paint everything of all the models, give them the base color, then a wash, and while I'm off screen again, and while that wash dries, I will be going on painting some other models about maybe the same way. Although these are crew members, those are a little bit easier to batch paint. Of course, I have a few special characters in the whole set that I do not want to batch paint. Well, I have three Captain Razigs. So in fact, and of course I want to give them all a little bit the same color. Or need the same color clothes. So that would be a nice thing to batch paint, although they all three do not completely look alike. That's a little bit weird, but yeah, you know, we all change in life, so why wouldn't we change in death? Yeah, the more adventures you have, the more grayish your hair, or maybe just the longer you are on the sea bottom. I don't know. I do like that they have one miniature in there that looks a little bit like the character of Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean. But what is it? 2 and 3? Is that part 2 and 3? I thought it was. The one with the nice tentacles. For D&D players, yes, the sea version of a Mind Flayer almost. This one has a white shirt. I have been using this kind of paint system for my all my Warhammer armies that I did have. No, I don't have them anymore. Most of them at least. And even then it's a little bit easier, as indeed you can almost use every color on every mini. These are all just enough different to give it a little bit of a different approach to batch painting. Oh, and for those who like the stream and want to hang around, I have not set a end time for this stream, so it's yeah, officially on the stream planning on Twitch, yes, but I am, as I have been away for so long and I have quite something to paint, why not make it a little bit longer stream? You know what, he has rolled up his now one thing, he has rolled up his trousers, so the inside is normally a little bit of a different color than the outside. I don't know if that is true with the old-fashioned kind of clothes. So I am going to add, no, I'm going to use the same. I said no, but that was because my brain was talking again to me and I said no to my brain. I am going to use the same blue, as I could use a lighter blue. But well, I see this a little bit as a jeans version, which means the inside of the trousers are always paler than the outside. I could use a lighter blue, but then you will see that it is a different blue, different color, and the best way to make sure that it looks like the same color, still the same basic color, is by adding a little bit of white in this case. So later when I add the wash, you can still see the difference, the color difference, although the both colors will get a little bit darker. And the reason good tip, yeah, no problem. That's one of the things that I indeed love, because you can say, yeah, a lighter blue is, you can use a lighter blue, but also yeah, I'm not so good in color theory, but you can definitely see that this is a different color blue than this. If they are in the same range, you could use a lighter color. That's especially with the Games Workshop paints. You have a base color, a highlight and a shade. They all have the same kind of blue in them. And it is not a big problem to just use a lighter blue, of course. It would be easier, but hey, I have the colors on my palette and I still want to use a brown. And I haven't fetched a brown, but they are right in front of me. What is a nice leather brown? They have to be a little bit faded. They are going to be a little bit darker when I add the wash. Oh, this is polished leather. Well, not and rich leather. Let's use the darker one. That is rich leather. The main reason why I am going to use certainly use a wash. Normally I don't. It's not that I hate to use a wash, but since I have still learning layering and everything, layering, wet blending, all that kind of stuff, and I'm not really speed painting normally, I sort of refuse to use a wash. Oops, oh, there we go. Oh, that's enough for now. But as these are very nice undead undead minis, they are allowed to look a little bit filthy because the wash, it brings a really nice quick shade, but especially with certain colors like with red and with white, they can also make the color look dirty, and that's something I do not always like. Now there are little things you can do so they don't look filthy anymore. That is also a possibility, but in this case let's get them nice and filthy. Yes, come on. Who has ever heard of a clean pirate in the first place? And in the second place, they are a little bit undead, so I think their personal hygiene is also a little bit off. I mean, as a Skeleton Pirate. Yeah, what do you do in the morning? Yeah, I get up, wash my face if I can find it, because it's already completely gone. So, yeah. That's a nice piece of music. The last few weeks in my of my holiday, I have been listening a lot to only 2 songs. Oh, it's German. Not that I mind. I have been listening to a very old. Oh, no, not so old. At least, I mean, I have heard it in my youth, though, so it's not so old. The song Axel F by Crazy Frog. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. And also Gangnam Style from Psy, a Korean singer. And I have no idea why, but yeah, I've been listening to those 2. Pokemon Community Challenge. Okay, community game, come on. Don't screw me around again. Come on. I know you don't want to get everybody all the time, all the Pokemons, but damn. I don't want to threaten you for a second time. Damn. I remember Crazy Frog, yeah? It has quite a good beat to it. And that's something my brain somehow, if I like a song like that, I can play it over and over and over and over and over without getting bored. Viking Pie! Hey, hello! He will be back, yeah! I am, how are you doing? And of course, for those who know the painting style of Michael Modder, it's, as I said, I am speed painting, but I am certainly no Michael Modder. So yeah, he would probably already have finished all these minis. And then we have a little brown. Right. Oh, this one I wanted to give a red and white striped pants. Yes. So now we have the red. The white should be. Yes. Dry. Very nice and bright. Now oops, there we go again. Now the challenge is to make all the stripes. You can to make all the stripes even, of course. Not going to happen, don't worry. There we go. This is already wider than that one. Bye, I'm going for a walk, so we'll probably miss most of the stream. Have fun, though. Oh, thank you very much. Hey, thanks for popping by. Well, if you're going for a walk, I don't know for how far you are going to walk. This stream will be going on longer than normal, as I have been away quite a while. I want to do a little bit of a catch up. Also, I need to at least finish one of these minis tonight. So, but in case I am not streaming anymore when you are getting back, thanks for popping by. See you next time. Oops, sorry. Spy petting, bad pun. What does a German baker say to greet people in... Oh god. Now I have to do... Joe. I have no idea. My German is quite good, but this kind of things... Okay, yeah. I can totally see that. Ein Glutentag. No. There are some people who will not be very happy with that, but... Yeah. Oh, let's make that. Does that look? That does look good. Okay. This one is not complete. Yeah. As I said, I am... as long as it... This side they look a little bit... there is a little... Yeah, I'm certainly not... I'm not going to get any trophies with this. But as I said, I am painting them for myself. So... There are ways of making sure you make them all the same. You could use some kind of a tape. Some people I have heard saying that they do it with... you can draw pencil stripes. That is a possibility, but... you know, this is more a bit, a little bit there. There's a little fold in there, so I can do a little bit of that. This one is a little bit too broad, too wide, too... Anyhow, add a little bit more red. This one is going over a fold. It looks a little bit thin this way, so let's make it look as if it is going around the corner a little bit. I am pretty happy with this one, at least with the trousers. Oh, there's a little bit of, I need a little bit more white, and some red is coming through. That's why you painting this kind of color scheme It's better to paint everything white and then go over it with like this red, because red does cover better over white. The other way around, a little bit less. Paint, or you just practice quite a lot in just making really nice stripes. Does also work very good. A little bit more practice. Do I have more minis? Yeah, you have. Let's see, do we have more red to paint, or at least that bright red? No, it's mainly to the weapons now. He has, is that a glove? That is a glove. Then we make that glove also. Nicely brown leather. There's metal. It looks like he has a little metal plate on it. There's extra protection. Over there is a little metal plate. And you know what? He has some kind of metal piece bound to his wrist. Now let's make that also into a nice leather. That's a nice thing about minis. If you are not sure what something is, just, you can try to find some painted pictures of them to find out what is. In this case, I just say it is a armor wrist protection thingy with a piece of metal. Wow, this one is almost finished. Well, almost. The base colors are almost finished. Let's see. We have now also some wood to do. Then we take a darker brown, nut brown. There we go. And I did, let's see, last week, not this week, but the week before, I did get a little bit of a scare. I hadn't used my this wet palette for over 3 weeks. Yes. And I totally forgot that it was completely closed. Which means when I opened it, there were there were not hairs growing on it, but I think if I had waited a few weeks, there would have been hairs growing on it. It was quite moldy, even though the how is that thing called? Damn. The sponge is treated with an anti-mold stuff. That's probably why it was not hairy yet, but I could see those black spots growing on there. Nice. So I had to replace my... That was a little bit crooked. That's something what happens with metal models. There we go. So yeah, if you leave your wet palette for a longer time without painting, better get it in the open or even clean it all out. Wash the sponge. And that's why my paper looks so nice and white. Normally you can see some of the older colors that I used on it, as this is a reusable piece of paper, so I can wash it off, but yeah, mold, no, you are not going to remove that in any way, not without destroying the paper. How is that? Yeah, that is a piece of wood. Okay, we have another chance to catch us a Pokemon. A wild Minun has appeared. I'll take a sip of coffee for that. And get yourself caught. Come on. How are my ghosts doing? In between paint job. Oh, yeah, this one did have a little accident. Somehow it got some black paint on it, and to be honest, I'm a little bit too lazy to get it off. But this does look good, as it is only on the raised parts. The color has completely changed. I can of course not show you the original color, but it was much darker. Now I only have to find a way to get all the details out of it. It's still quite... Pokemon community. I am getting the vibe that the Pokemon community does not like me. Or does not even like my community. If you don't like me, I don't care. But don't dislike my community. Keep cool, keep cool. That was a moment of power. A little bit of power meditation. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Wrong spec. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. But a good one. Oh, wait, I'm doing something wrong. Because I am shaking my metal and alchemy for my nice metal paint. But this is not Reaper. Reaper does have a great shadowed steel. Thank you very much. And as I am always, I never put my metallic paints on my wet palette. Although I still, because people say that the metallic parts will get in it through the paper into your wet palette, and so you get metal particles in the rest of your paints. But then if metal particles can go through the paper, then why doesn't the normal color particles? I don't know, but I have gotten used to just put my metal paints into a well palette. Well, let's give it a little bit of a turn. So now, this is my well palette. Comes with the you get with this wet palette from Redgrass Games. You do get a well palette with it that you can attach to its side. Only this is not original. Or better said, this is a original well palette from Redgrass Games, only not for this wet palette. This is this wet palette is the Studio XL second version, a little bit bigger, and the well palette was originally only for the original wet palette, and I just attached some magnets. So I don't know if you can see them. You can. These are just some mini magnets, so I can attach them to, and they stay in place at the wet pallet. And I still can detach them if I want to. That's also because in the original thing it was indeed done with magnets. A magnet in the wet pallet and magnets of course in the well pallets. They changed that with this system. This system has a on the side over here a little thingy where you can push over, click on, push on their well pallet. Oh, you can, by the way, you can also attach it. You can see it over here. Probably, almost not, but there's a little thingy where you can click it on. But then you had a well pallet with 4 wells in them. A little was not enough for me, so I attached the older, I mean I do have those older well pallets, why not use them? Okay, why not? Let's add one. With metallic paints, the one thing that you should do is wash the brush in a different water pot than your normal paints, as you do get then the metal paint, metal flakes into your normal paint. Also depends a little bit on what kind of washing system you use. I guess my system prevents that a little bit, as I use always 3 I have 2 mugs and a glass that I use for cleaning my brushes. So yeah, I do clean them 3 times in one. The first large mug is filled with just water, and is the what I call the pre-rinse. Then the second one I have filled with water and a little bit of very cheap shampoo, so that cleans a little bit better. And also most of the muck is already out of it, and then I really rinse it in a third one, so also the shampoo comes off. And the brush gets really clean. You can also oh, almost wrong pot. When I started with painting, yes, I only had 1 pot where I cleaned all my brushes in, and I don't know why I started to use several of them. But if you can see, this is my big pot of muck for the first clean. This is my second one. You can see the bottom, but it's already getting a little bit filthy. And then we have my rinse water, and no, I don't drink out of it. There is still a little bit of paint in it, but yeah, that's as you can see, every painter has his own ideas about things, does things a certain way. And let's see. In fact, oh, I see a few things. The shoes have metal buckles. Yeah, let's do them in silver. Now everything is black. So that's one metal. Oh. Second buckle. Then we have some nice buttons. And as they did not have plastic in those days, really, they lived without plastic? Yes, there was no plastics. So most plastics, things that we use nowadays, were made out of wood or metal. In this case, the buttons were metal. Although there were some clothes maybe that did have wooden buttons, but there we also have, we almost forgot the belt and the, oh man, I sometimes really have trouble with seeing if something is completely black. Where are the details? A little bit light on it, and there we go. Oh no, I did forget this one. That is one buckle. And the next one. I'm going to do one last check before I am going to apply the wash. Did I take everything? Did I paint? No, I already know that I forget one little thing. The pockets are okay. Oh, this, he has also some studs on his shoulders, of course made out of metal. Okay. Shoes I have done. Oh, and a little bit of the handle still. Yes, this one is done. Now I have one thing on this one. Buttons are done, that is done, that is done, that is done. Oh, now I see for the first time. This Mini is holding some weird kind of X. And this is now for the first time I see what he is holding. It is a gun. A very nice, nifty gun. Sorry. Meaning it's a two-barrel gun and he has an X in the middle. These are the two barrels. These are the flintlock mechanism, apparatus system. I'm really interested in what model it is. What is your name, sir? Jackie Bones. Okay, Jackie Bones has a very nifty X double-barreled rifle. Also, he has a pirate hat, and on the pirate hat there is a very, very small skeleton or skull. Damn. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Put paint on his brows. There we go. And I would say, oh, we made those black. No, yeah, I'm going to change my mind. We did make those cuffs black, but I'm going to change it into a leather color. After the wash, I will have to let it all dry. Of course, no. While that goes on, I will be painting some other models. One of my favorite in this. Oh, a wild aromatise has appeared. Or aromatise. Aromatise. So the paint has to dry for these ones. I also, the bases, I had prepared some, and they will be right back. Ooh, and I need to get up a little bit. Aha! Whoops! Oh yeah, I'm an old guy, guys. I'm an old guy. Where are those? No, I took those out of the... Hey, where are my... Those are the round bases, those are those. Oh, that is nice. I did print some... Well, welcome to my chaotic world. I did print some nice bases for them. Oh, let's use these ones. A little while ago, I backed a Kickstarter. And sorry, I don't know the name of the person who made the Kickstarter. It was about bases, and I thought, hey, why not? And of course I read everything absolutely not carefully. I only read bases, all kinds of sizes, with all kinds of textures on them, and all those bases he would bring out as well, STLs for 3D pens. Again? Okay, I will have to find another game for my chat. Come on. That's indeed very, very, very. That is. Oh, where are you?
That was wonderful. Bravo.
That was the great boo.
Well, it wasn't bad. There were parts of it that weren't very good. It could have been a lot better. I didn't really like it.
We have a better one for that. One moment. That's not even enough. Nope, nope, nope. Damn it. Anyway, the Kickstarter, he did really make great bases. Like with wood texture on it. The only thing that I did not read is what sizes and shapes he made them in. Now he did not all make them in hexes. He did also make round ones. He made square ones, and he made rectangle ones. Only especially the smaller sizes are, not exactly the form or the size that I use. He does have a 20mm and a round and a 25mm, but for example not a 32mm round, but a 25mm hex. Okay. But anywho, I am going, and that was the little thing I did just before I started streaming. That I forgot. I have to do bases for these lovely guys and girls. And I did not prime them. Yes, even I could use just a black paint. Yes, I know. But still, a primer does catch better on the surface. It does provide a better cover. Yeah, it sticks better to the paint and the base. And if you have a Reaper black primer, why not? As far as I know, you don't. This primer is completely acrylic and dries very fast. Normally for priming I use my airbrush and a Vallejo resin primer that officially has to dry at least 12 hours before you can paint over it. At least that is what the user manual says. Now, I have never waited 12 hours, but you can see it does dry very fast. At least it looks to dry very fast. But if you start painting too early, you can see that it is not. It's yeah, some kind of yeah, I can't explain it. I do see that it's not the same, gives the same result as if you let it dry for at least 12 hours or at least a couple of hours. But as I said, I have 2.5 hours to finish at least these 3 minis. And so I do want to finish at least also a few of those bases for the captains and the special crew members. A few. I have some other bases planned. I'm not completely sure if that is very wise, as normally the base, if you have a different base for mini that goes with one whole set, can be a little bit distracting. Maybe it looks a little bit off, a little bit different. At least for the Sea Hag. That's the Sea Hag, and we have our, that is where it is, over this one. The Sea Hag, she does get a different base, and this. Now I want to. Not in my paint. Good. Oh, by the way, that is number 2. Whop. Oh, yeah, of course. One way I do love blue tag. The other way I don't like blue tag. This is Clarissa, the Banshee Mage. And to be honest. No, let's do the Sea Hag first. So I need this one, because I have decided there are a few minis, especially the Salty Dog. I would love to paint this one. This is the first Razig model that I bought. I would love to paint it. But this is more of a Halloween model, so I can start with this one tomorrow. Because for the next, I'm going to paint this whole set again in September. Start with it, and I need to paint pirates and skeletons. I'm doing that. Then in October I have to paint something Halloween. So. A werewolf, an undead werewolf, why not? And now I have completely forgotten what the big brush off prompt is undead. So yeah, so I'm painting especially the Salty Dog. I have to wait with. I should maybe wait with this one, although. Undead. The Sea Hag is not undead, so this has no use. And I'm rambling. A Sea Hag should be green. That for sure. it's a great sculpt. So all her flesh should be more of a greenish, quite a greenish thingy. And well, yeah, can you call them clothes? No, they are not clothes. Now I see the first thing. I could say that this is more like a algae stuff, and she has a little octopus on her arm, and that has to be, hey, is Pete here? Pete, I'm going to use pink. She's going to get a nice pink. Oh, and I see, yeah, that is a little bit of a thingy with metal minis. Moist, yeah. Oh, she's going to be, I think I'm even going to use, I am always varnishing all my minis, but I think I will go varnish her with a, not with a matte varnish, but with a normal varnish, a shiny one. And I am now going to try just, this is the one mini that I'm not going to, where I'm not going to use Reaper colors on. Well, I could, but I am going to use some washes and technical colors from technical paints from Games Workshop. Sorry for that, Reaper. Point one, I want to try something out, as I normally never do. Let's just see if we just give. I have now made a mix of the Hex-Ray Flame and Tesseract Glow. The Tesseract Glow, really great. I'm going to use them later on for those specters. No, not the Bond one. I also, all my minis in this series, I primed black, then give them a zenithal highlight, the way I do, meaning that I, with a real zenithal highlight, you use black undercoat, and then with a white you give the direction of the light, the sunlight or whatever, with an airbrush. I use in between a gray as if you use black on white, white on black with a zenithal, you get one part of the mini that is still completely black, so you have no detail. What I use on the black paint, I spray for about 85-90% the whole mini with gray, so you still get in the very dark recesses the very dark black, and then with a pure white I give the zenithal highlight. But this one is has almost done for 99% with the gray, so I did use the black. I see a little over there, as I want this model to be very, very vibrant. As you can see, I guess I am getting there. This is about, she can go a little bit darker, but let's get that to dry. Meanwhile, we have a very nice 2 Thin Coats Battle Mud Wash from Mr. Duncan Rhodes. And as I said, I wanted to use mainly the Reaper paints, yes, but even the wash, sorry, somehow the Reaper washes are not translucent enough for how I use them. That's and this is one little problem you have with the Duncan Rhodes bottles. Where is my tweezers? They have a very own form, but that also means that the lid is exactly the same form. Yeah, they keep getting stuck very easily in the lid. First time that happened, I didn't even notice it until I poured my almost the whole bottle into my well pellet. Luckily, it was in my well pellet. Well, it is a wash. It would be very strange if you would put it something else than in a well pellet. I mean, you can put a little bit on your wet pellet, but even then, not that much. Let's see. Why am I using especially this wash? Because as it already says, yeah, oh, the Dragapult has appeared, and Pokemon community, really, come on. He even has to use a Great Ball. Ah, come on. The Battle Mud wash, it is not completely brown. It is not black. It is a nice mud wash. So a nice filthy brown, as I would call it. I take a big old brush. Finally, haha. Yeah, I really need to threaten them more. But hey, I'm here to paint, not to threaten the Pokemon community thingy algorithm stuff. Come on! And this is what I meant with these are meant to be nice and filthy. Well, that shirt is going to be a really nice filthy white. And you get really nice results with even on black. The one thing that I did normally when I know that I'm going to use a wash and I paint something like skeletons, mainly the skull, I paint everything, including the eye sockets. I paint them all in the skull white or whatever color I am using. This time for the skulls I did not, so they keep nice and dark. I am thinking of giving them a nice greenish glow. I said thinking about it, so I'm not completely sure. Now let's see how this one does. Normally I could dab off some of the wash so you get a little bit of a better highlight already. But I am not going to do that. And even coffee stains are no problem at this moment. Let there be coffee stains. Yeah. Of course, I'm going to give them a little bit of a highlight. But I will do that in a very quick way with, in fact, only a little bit of gray and an even smaller amount of white. So I will not use any brown or anything. Maybe a very light green. As I said, those are pirates, probably have been underwater for a little while also. So I certainly want to give them also a little bit of a greenish tint. The bases are not completely ready yet. And as I am using the... Let's see what we can do with only Tesseract Glow, if that does help. I want to get the details out a little bit better of these miniatures. Oh, those eyes are already very good. So I am now using this as a wash. Mainly putting the color in the recesses of the mini. Oh, and off the camera again. Which gives a little bit of a strange but more glowy effect. As normally a wash, as this is a sort of a wash, goes into the recesses and shades everything, but this one is a very, very light color, very almost illuminating color. And as it goes into the recesses, it gives it a really nice sort of quick glowing effect. Let's see how that is going to look when it is dry. Now you know what, no, let's go with all of them. The first coat that I gave these, that was a little bit of the, what was the other one? Hexworth Flame mixed in with a little bit of Tesseract Glow. And I added a little bit of green ink and some satin varnish. And that did cover the whole mini quite good. So it is already a lighter color than the original color. But that's good to know. But this one will give it that more inner glow like. Like they are glowing from the inside. Normally I would only do the mini itself, but even the bases they are on are also very detailed, very nice. And I could give them a different color, but oh, why not? Why should they not light up the whole environment? The bases they are on, they do not do only have the purpose of so that I can hold the model without touching the model. They are going to be on transparent bases. Even though they do not really need a base, as they are already on a base in fact, but I like to give the minis all a little bit the same yeah, all the bases a little bit the same size. Just that's a little bit my aesthetic about it. A little bit of black primer. The top of the bases are dry, but I also want to do the sides. The black primer for wood. If you use, especially when these are quite deep, these details, the wood grain goes quite deep into the base. The black primer is also the base color, so I only have to dry brush it a little bit with a few shades of brown. And then they should be done. And as always, you think you have enough paint. No, you need a little bit more. And then you have too much. Oops. The other way around, please. Now the top of the bases was already dry, so not a big problem. Let's make sure that I wash my fingers also a little bit. Yes, thank you very much.
Take a shot, 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 motherfucker, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot, take a shot.
I was already thinking I need a drink. Oh no, let's use the skull one. I was thinking about giving myself a shot, but you beat me to it. So, oh, the bottle is almost empty, almost. Let's fill it up. John, thank you very much. Cheers on your health. Ooh. Ooh. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. I must say. Oh yeah. After the how long haven't I been streaming? 4 weeks. Tastes good. The hag. Oh, that's dried very nicely. Now I am. That is a really great green color. Yes, I'm going to use a green for all the let's just call it seaweed stuff what she is on her. The hair I want to make a different color, of course. I think there's still a little bit of, oh, you could dry brush that with a little bit of gray. And I need a pink. I don't have a pink. Not from Reaper anyway. But we have a red and we have a white, so we can make our own pink. First things first, I think that seaweed stuff is the most daring about the whole mini. So let's use Highland Moss. I want to keep it in the green range. Oh, that's the wrong brush. I hope the difference is a little bit visible. Oh, the paint is not completely dry in here, I see. Whoops. But we have some other places that we can start painting. Okay, another chance for Pokemon community. A wild blip bug has appeared. Wow. Doesn't sound as a insect in any way. It almost looks like she has some kind of chain here, but no, those are the barnacles. Oh, that's nice. Then we can use some white. Because this money, yeah, this money. No, this mini. I mean, painting everything green and a different kind of green is nice. But it has not really something to pop. Ah, come on. Oh yeah, no, blame the Pokemon catcher. I don't have a ball. Come on. What are the other dark greens that I have? Because this is not... It's a great color, but it doesn't bring out the seaweed as I wanted. But we are still in the first stages of painting. Let's get a little bit of the pink. I think we'll make the pink. Oh, I do have the already the deep red. And a little bit of the linen. But now that's more of purple. Oh, that's a very nice pink. That's a very nice pink. And a little bit more red. Oh yes. I didn't want to make it too. Got to go. Thanks for the stream. Hey John, thank you very much for watching, for your bits. Sorry, that was David. Sorry, but anyhow, for your presence, for your attempts to catch the Pokemon. I hope to see you next time. Oh yeah. I'm now mixing a little bit of the Tesseract glow into the pink, so you do get a, yeah, that's, what color shall I call this? More of a brown, indeed. That's, I should have cleaned my brush a little bit, because I want to make a little bit of a flesh, more of a flesh color a little bit, and a glaze out of it, especially for the nose. Somehow I always, a lot of my goblins, who are also always green, always had a little bit of fleshy features somehow, especially the nose. Maybe a little bit on the cheekbones here. That does indeed not look even that wrong. Good. Then let's see if we can add a little bit of it here and there, maybe a little bit on the knees, just to give it a little bit different accents. Just enough to make it a little bit different. The washes are still not dry, of course, but they start to look really great. Nice and filthy. I will add some also a little bit of green in there, in the wash. Let's see if we can get a nice I need wrong brush. For the eyes I need my aka special brush, but I want them to be, in this case I am using pure white. Normally if you paint especially human eyes, you should use a more broken white, a little bit of pinkish or a little dash of red in them. But I want to give this little lady a haven't decided what color of eye I want to give it. Green, I am thinking about purple, because purple and green do go great together. But the eyes are also so very small. If I just give them a purple touch, I don't think you will really see that color. Let's see. The pink of the octopus. I want it to be a little bit more a little lighter. I'm not going to use further wash on this mini anymore. That would undo all the, yeah, it does need a little bit more contrast, that for sure. But I must say, especially what was it? The Hex Wraith Flame does already give it a little bit of contrast. Why not? I think I leave it as is. I only have to get the seaweed right. That's still not as I want it. Oh, I still have 2 hours left for those minis. No hurry, that is perfect. As far as I know, octopus, whatever, they have, as far as I know, mainly black eyes, or at least that is how I believe see them. I'm using almost pure white now, as I want to give the octopus a nice shiny finish. So this is now pure white, a little reflection over here on the raised areas. Oh, right, now go to the black. Get a nice thin, let's maybe a little bit too thin, but let's see if we can get that one. Oh my god. Oops. Those are eyes. I need my... Ooh. There is a little hole at the back of this part of my whole construction. And my brush fell off his brush holder right with the point through that little hole. I did catch it in time, but also this way it didn't damage the brush hairs. Ooh, okay, this is no, nope. I'm not going to... Those eyes are really effing small, so I have to, as some people still call it cheating. Sorry, I have glasses, they magnify, and they are supposed not be cheating then, because without them I cannot even see what I am painting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Ah, there we go. You see, even with this cheating, I do not get it right. So, don't call it cheating. And this is really thin. Too thin to be honest. So let's go for the Not even the eye. The eye is over there. Oh damn. That's one of his blowholes. His other eye is over there. Damn! There we go. I would say almost. So, now we can take it off again. The only thing I need to do, I see, is clean this brush. I saw a lot of, yeah, that's coming off. I apparently did not clean this brush when I handled last time the color black. Okay, a little bit of brush care, especially for those kind of brushes. That whole set costs 50 euros, so good. Back to my cheaper Raphael brushes. Cheaper, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, let's give it one more try with the moss green. Oh, what was it? The official name of the color was Forest Highland Moss. If it does not stand out, maybe if I highlight it a little bit better with a lighter green. Although I don't want the leaves to be too bright. Certainly not too light, as the whole mini is already quite bright. So I want to be honest, a little bit more darker color in here. See, that is also a little bit part of the yeah, her shirt, her bra, her whatever you want to call that, the thing that she is covering her chest with. To use a little bit of a gray, a very light gray. I haven't used my paints quite a while, as you can see. Yep, it's already coming out. That's good. There we go. Ah, now I still have to use my pokey tool. Oh damn. Yeah. What I am going to try to do, no, I'm going to do, is giving the hairs, or her hair, I want to keep the little bit of green in there. So I'm going to give them a more of a edge highlighting, not really a dry brush. As with dry brushing, I would hit also other parts of the mini. And especially with edge highlighting, you use the side of your brush instead of the tip. Certain places you have to use the tip a little bit. Go. Let's see how those three. No, I didn't. Okay, that's good. Oh, I was afraid I did spill some white on my black bases. Is everything dry? This all looks dry, yes. Also, I am going for these minis purely for a tabletop quality paint job. Yes, I want to rush them a little bit. Well, probably I will be doing a little bit more about the whole afterwards. Still do too much on the details. I can see behind his collarbones there is still a little bit of shine, so that is still wet, so we will have to wait a little bit longer and go sit in a little bit of a different position. The bases. So we need a brown. I have a brown. Then we need a nice round brush for it. I have my you can use paper for this, as it is wood. Wood grain can be a little bit dusty, so if you use paper as to wipe off your brush, no problem. I am teaching myself to brush it off on a piece of wood. You can also use other material. But first, I can even use a little bit more paint. I see that the grain is really deep in the model. Oh, I'm not even on screen. I don't know if you can see it. I can see a little. The difference is not very big. So I am thinking about using a little bit more paint. Oh yeah, that's better. Ooh, I have to keep it a little bit higher. Now you should be able to see at least. No, on screen. Yeah, now you can see a little bit difference between them. So I can use quite a lot of paint. What I was trying to say, if you are dry brushing and the details are quite deep, you can dry brush with quite a lot of paint on your brush. If you have details that are not so deep, that are quite shallow, then you have to watch out. For a mini, the amount of paint that I have now on my brush, I would never use on a model. Certainly not for the first dry brush. It's always for dry brushing better to add several layers of dry brushing. Boo! Say the war gamers. No, yes, I know. You have to do it in one pass. No. You don't have to. It's better to do 2 dry brushes than 1. If you have a chance of completely ruining your paint job. At least that is a little bit my personal advice, experience. Now we have that. Without cleaning the brush, I'm going to use the lighter color, and it is rich leather. Just add it on the brush. It will darken down a little bit because we still have that other brown on here. I hope now you can see the difference also on screen. Yeah, you see there's a color difference. Still does not completely, yeah, let's say pop, as they, I believe, love to say. It does not, but I rather build it up a little bit, as I just said, with a few more layers of dry brush, then going immediately to a very light dry brush that is maybe a little bit, that you can see too much of the difference in the 2 colors. It's just with layering better to give it a little bit of a extra layer with a color in between, so you have a nice gradation into the highlight. Oh my god, my hair. Now I'm going to use the North Bone as the almost, and mix a little bit of the brown in, so you get a nice beige. That's quite a lot. And there it comes. There we have the wood bases. Yeah, why didn't you do that immediately the first time? Because it is very, if you experiment a little bit with it, if I would use on the black immediately this color, it would give a completely different tone than when you use the other 2 colors beneath it. And that's where also the whole layering part comes in. Layering you do always with very thin paints, so why not with, so you can see a little bit of the color under it, so the colors will look a little flow better into each other. Now I'm using almost pure North Bone, and I'm not going to hit all the whole base, but only parts of it, as I want to make it, of course, just like the Pirates, a little bit weathered down, and so it has to be a little bit stained. Now I can add a little bit of a very bright yellow. Should I use this bright? Yeah, I can mix it in a little. And again, haven't used it in a long time. And a little bit of maybe a little wood that is has been weathered is always a little bit or yellowish or grayish. So I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. Oh, that's almost a skin color. So a little bit more yellow. Get a lot of it off. And just like with the previous one, just make spots on it. Whoops, not in my paint. Very good. So not the complete base, but just a few parts here and there. And now I am thinking to maybe even use a green. Also, why not? Let's use a, but I do need a not too light green. So I'm using the dragon green I have here. Yes, there will certainly be some parts of the wood that have been soaking into water. But I'm going to take off a lot of the green. Oh yeah, that's I think you can all see it a little bit, the differences in color. Enough. There we go. Now they are almost prismatic. I see use of green, yellow, going into a little bit of more bluish. Nice. Well, on camera, no, they don't. You cannot see it completely, but there are color differences. Now I'm going to wash my brush. The one thing with a wet brush, with a wet brush, to make it even nicer, a wet dry brush, you cannot, if it is wet, it's very hard to dry brush with it. Dry brush may be a little bit moist. But I am going to use a different brush, as I am going to use a gray, but I don't want that is too bluish gray. I want a nice light gray, like the misty gray. Yes, and that is also the color I am going to use to highlight my... Ooh, that is really, really thin. That is really thin. So, as I said, a dry brush, especially if you want the color not to be too chalky. Normally if you really use really dry paint and a really dry brush, the colors will become a little bit chalky, like you used chalk to color them in. So you make them a little bit moist. And that should be enough. Get nice some nice paint in the brush and then rub it off. Yes, I am using just one color for the highlight. For the metal I will use some other colors. I will use metal color in a moment. What does this do? It just, it does fade the quite bright. Come on, you have to fit in there. There we go. It does fade all the colors, as you see. The blue is still a little bit bluish. The leather is nicely still a little bit brownish, but so that is how I let's get the top of the hat. There we go. This is a very quick method. If you really want a really greatly more than tabletop painted mini, I certainly would not use this. Wouldn't use gray, but dry brush every color with a color that is like that color. So the blue with a lighter blue, the red with a lighter red. But the only thing that I'm after this going to do is I'm going to paint a little bit about the eyes. They don't have eyes, yes, I know. So the eye sockets will be getting a green glow, or at least some, I think some Tesseract glow in the eye sockets. Just to give them that nice ghostly stare. They are not ghosts. I know they are skeletons, but you know what I mean. No, I don't. Yes, you do. This is a little technique I discovered when I had a starting painter over. He wanted to paint. He didn't even really want a good quality painter, just something at. And I discovered, yeah, the quickest way is this way. This is the most quickest way you can paint, especially if you do not want the minis to be too bright in colors. This is a really great way of painting them, I discovered. You can even differentiate with starting with a little bit of a darker gray and then working to a lighter gray. But I must say I like this. I am going to add some to the eye sockets a little bit of Tesseract glow. See how that works. And I am going to for the, of course, all the metal parts, at least for the weapons, I am going to use some rust effects. But first we have still the bases to do, also with the gray. Not really heavy over it, but make sure you hit every part of the mini, of the wood. So you get a little bit more contrast, but still, because there are different colors beneath it, you still have the splotches of other colors under it. And it gives us a nice weathered look. And this is, by the way, the first time that I used dry brushing to get the brown and greenish color on them. Normally you would do that with a wash, but I'm really happy that I now tried it out with dry brushing. It is certainly a possibility, and I certainly like it. It even gives them especially with the green, it gives the whole a little bit of a greenish, spooky effect. Wow, and that on a ghost ship. Yes! So when you are painting, and I do understand that if you are starting with a mini collection and you don't have much minis, you are a little bit afraid of trying things out. I certainly do understand that. I have, especially with these bases, if they didn't turn out this way, I take some other ones, or I paint over. You can always paint over things. That's for sure. Don't forget that. It is extra work, yes, but at least you have tried. So these are the bases that the minis are going on. Only the minis are still not completely finished. We need to do the metal. So I'm going to take I'm going to take a lighter metal. We just used shadowed steel and a wash. I'm now going to use blade steel. That is still quite a darker metal color. I'm going to use to dry brush it a little bit. But yeah, no, not really a real dry brush. It is indeed more of a wet brush. In fact, the same technique as I did with the dry brush, only there is still quite some paint on the brush. Because I want to get that come on, brain, keep working. All the gray that I used, I want to cover that up with the silver paint. And especially with larger areas, go round a little bit. As this is old steel, used steel. A little bit of paint over there, yeah. This same. As you go in all kinds of directions with the dry brush, you make already a little bit of things that look like scratches on the metal. So they really looked like used, and that is the effect we are going for. And another wet dry brush. Let it dry. Tesseract glow for the eyes. I'm going to use a Reaper. Now, this is very nice, as this is already it's a little bit too thick. I have still some Tesseract glow on in my wet palette, my well palette, but it's a little bit too dry. It's almost like a normal paint, so I'm going to add a little bit of the wash of paint itself and a little bit of thinner, just a little bit. No, still it's a little bit too big. So I am going to use my AK special brushes. And just fill up the hole. Oops. Make sure you have enough paint on the in the bristles of the brush, and just fill in the whole eye socket. And he has also an open mouth. Somehow fill it also up with a green. Then it just looks like the skull is glowing from the inside. For the brown leather, I will use, I think I will go over it with a wash again. Get a little bit of the color back. I think I can do for this red, how do you call his head chief thingy? It's a little bit too dull, so I am going to use a brush. Take quite a little bit of thinner, the original color, and make a glaze out of it. Let's see what we can do with it. You can see it does get a little bit of the color back. And it still has a nice little highlight. Okay. No. And that's in fact the same what I'm going to do with the leather. Oh, we have a handkerchief. Oh. Sorry, I was not paying attention to chat. Sorry that you didn't catch the Pokemon. I'm a really great channel to catch them. Apparently not. These trousers are almost black. That's because the highlight is very dusty. Something also that I do not like. So I do the same with the blue. Make a more of a glaze out of it. So a very, you could say glaze. In this case, you could also almost say also it's a what was I talking about for the leather? A wash, with the only difference that this does not really only go into the recesses, but it also stays on top. So you do get a little bit of the blue back from the original color, because they are a little bit too gray. So that system with the just using gray for highlighting is nice if you want to do it very quickly. And as you can see, I changed my mind. It is a great way, but not exactly as what I want to do. Still, the result is a little bit... And then you can paint over it. Or in this case, glaze over it or put a wash over it. And you get a little bit more color back. So for the gray and for the brown, yeah, for the brown and the black, I will use sorry, Bertha is talking. I will use the Null Oil and Earth Shade, Agrax Earth Shade from Citadel to get a little bit of those colors back. Now I have to watch out in what container I put the black and in what container I put the brown. Why do I also use the black? The shoes, I want to get a little bit more blackness in the shoe. You see, this tones down the white of the gray of the gray, whatever you want to call it. You still have this is you still have the highlights from it. This is also where the technique slap chop comes from. In fact, I am now slap chopping these models. You give them a color. You are, in fact, our slap chop does leave out the part where you give them the basic color. That goes just on. You paint them black. You dry brush them, and then you paint. In fact, the washes over them. Well, washes are very thin paint, so that you have the highlights already there where you want them. It's also a very quick technique, which can, as you can see, can be very useful, very quick. No, he hasn't any brown, so I'm going to black. You know what, a little bit for his, it tones the gray just enough down. Make the parts not look that overwhelming white as they now look. These shoes, or the silver buckles are no longer silver anymore, but that's not a big problem if the wash is dry. I will give them a little bit of a new coat of metallic paint. Well, that is all drying. As I said, I am going to use also, and I need my dry brush palette again. Ooh, sorry. Oh wow, 3 hours. Yay! Do I still have coffee? Yes. Do I have warm coffee? Yes. That's good. Oh. The bases are finished. How are the eyes? No, I will do the eyes a little one more time. That's because the eyes were completely black. So Tesseract glow. If I had made the eyes socket white before I added the Tesseract glow, he would of course be even better visible. That's something I'm going to do with the rest of the models. See how I have an hour. Then I can say that my September challenge is quite a success, as I'm probably going to get these 3 done. Yay! I see here a little piece of very white wood. Give it a brown wash. Oops, that's the wrong one. To give it a little bit more of the brown color back. He has a belt that is a little bit too white, especially compared with the white shirt he is wearing. Nice. And this is a tabletop mini finished almost, as the base. Is that all finished? Yeah, the shoes have to dry a little bit more. No, they are dry enough. Well, they are dry. So, I'm going to take. Good, because I have the metal paint still on my dry brush palette. Just carefully reapply the silver buckles. As I said, normally for just tabletop quality, these little details that I'm now doing, you don't. Oh, you don't have to. You can, of course. But even the inks that I reapplied, and the reds and the blues, for example, if I really wanted to get a tabletop quality, just a tabletop quality, I would not even have done that. I mean, they were painted, they had color, they were tabletop ready. Last check, eyes check. That the one thing that I have to do now, rust. Now rust is oh, that is not brown, that's not the right one. We have oxide red, we have oxide yellow, and normally I would also have, we have a oxide brown. Yes, those are the 3 colors. That's 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 colors to make rust. This is very old rust, this is medium rust, and this is very new rust, so to speak of. I am putting them on my dry brush palette, as I want them to be quite thick. Not quite thick, but thick as they come out of the bottle. I am going to use a very small old dry brush brush. because I want to stipple this on there. I start with the oxide brown. As rust is never a complete area, it is literally just spots that go on there. And the spottier it is, in certain, especially on larger parts, the spottier you put it on, the better the effect. One. You can use, I have a pot over there somewhere that has rust effect on it, also rust, more of a rust texture, meaning that there is very small, some kind of gravel in there, very fine kind of sand almost. That gives it also a rough texture. But as I said, that's not from Reaper. And as I know, I have been cheating here and there a little bit already. And that's enough cheating for today. I am not going to cheat anymore. At least not for the rust effect, as Reaper has a great triad for rust, so why not use it? Now, without cleaning the brush, I go to the more the red, and of course we try to hit the parts, but not as much as with the brown. That's why I use an old dry brush, because you can see me really punch it on there. If you do that with a new brush, that's really gonna destroy it. And that is really, especially if it is a more expensive brush. This was an expensive brush before it completely got ruined. Now I mix a little bit of the yellow in there, and you don't have to get it even on the brush. If there are still spots of the red on there, that's no problem. It makes it even better. The one thing that I must say always, they use oxide, yellow oxide, but it is a little bit too yellow for me. I like to use a little bit more of an orange color for the last stage of the whole thing. So I add a little bit of red to the yellow. Yeah, but you did have an oxide red, and if you put an oxide, yeah, I know, but it is, in my vision, not the complete same. Now I have the right amount of, oh yeah, that's it. That is the right amount of red and yellow. That is definitely a really great. Yes. So you have to learn to mix it a little bit. I am also still learning it. But the real orange rusty effect. Has also to do with that it is there we have it. And also try to apply it as irregular as you can. Wash this really good. I want to use it again when I'm going to stipple stuff down. If it is then still usable. The only thing that I'm going to do now is take a flat brush, mix a little bit of the Indeed oxide red and oxide yellow, because they have also some little buckles. And I can tell you they are of a silver color, but normal sailors certainly do not use real silver for that. They certainly cannot afford it. And normally I guess they would rather buy some nice a nice bottle of rum for it instead of some buckles for your shoe. For their shoes. Which means, get back with the, go I did to the other side of the, get it a little bit darker over there. This is now too orange. This means the minis are in fact finished. And now comes the tricky part. I will let them dry for a little bit more. And then I have to snip them off the bases. They are metal, so I cannot just cut them off. They are a little bit too, that's a little bit too hard to do. That's the downside of using metal minis. The best way would have been taking them off, do not even put them on these bases, but put them on the bases you want them on before you paint them, because it's quite possible that I will damage the paintwork a little bit. Yeah, well, this one is going to get a different kind of base. I think more of a water base. And I'm still not very happy with the green that I used for all that seaweed. It's still not coming out. Now I can do two things. I have a dark green ink that I could use, homemade. But I could also see if I am going to use I'm going to first see if I use the dragon green. Just use it on some parts of the model. Now you can go back, I need you. Let's use the whole, because yeah, well, green and green do have quite some differences, and I can already see this is it blends too much with the other parts. That's the whole problem. So I take it off again, just with a wet brush. maybe I should use a more, yeah, maybe even a lighter green. Going to a more, yeah, there it is. And then going to a more yellow. I mean, if I don't try, I don't know. Compared to the rest of the green, this is already quite yellow. The only thing that I can do is make it more aquamarine. Or surf aqua in dit geval, in this case. Let's see what we can do with that. It is still somewhat, yeah, watercolored. And I can still, in the end, I could use a green to highlight it. This is one of the special models. Together with the green, this looks really, really blue. And I wanted more green, but as I said, I can certainly... This does more for me than... Oh, that is not completely dry yet. Yeah. This is for me a better combination. Than the dark green or light green I just used. And as I have said before, if you don't like something, you can always paint over it. And if I can give it a little bit of a more greenish color later on, by just adding a little bit of green to as a highlight color. So still using this, but then add a little green. I think I have found a really great addition to the color palette of this model. You know, that's a pretty cool mini, thank you. You got to go, have a great evening, looking forward to see the results in Discord. I will certainly post them. Thank you for staying, and to be honest, I will go on for a few minutes and then I'll shut down the stream. I will just thank for watching. See you next time. Have a great rest of the weekend. Oh, wow, a 4-hour stream on a 3-hour stream. Yeah, I had to catch up a little bit. Although I always feel a little bit guilty, especially now. Normally with my vacation I stream more, but I struggled a little bit. I had to really get some me time in. Thank you, good night. But I always feel a little bit that I neglect my viewers, followers, subscribers when I do that. So that's why I decided to go for a longer stream, and I knew I would keep painting these minis as I needed to finish at least one of them. Well, I have almost finished 3 of them. What color do we make those eyes? I think I will even, yes, try out again something. I'm taking some black wash. And fill the whole eye socket with it. So we make a little bit more contrast for the eyes. You automatically give them a little the black lining that they need. I will use the black wash also to give a little more, little darker shadows here and there, without covering the whole paint job. And then I will turn to my and I will give the hairs also a little bit, especially in the face, for the ears. Yes, I'm missing a little bit of contrast where they are touching the skin. Oh, and I'm completely out of frame again. Good. That is the sea hag. The models. I need super glue. Yeah, and I need my very precise cutters. Whoops, and they are here. These are my very precise cutters. Take the minis of the bases, of the handles, so I can use them for other minis. Yay! Whoops. I was planning on just, because I did glue them in, of course, and not just with a little bit of glue, but with a lot of glue. Luckily the slaughter bases, you can just from the bottom give them a little bit of a, oops. Yeah, you have to be very careful with this, because you already see I'm doing it completely wrong. Right, I'm cutting towards myself, I'm cutting towards my thumb. That is not good. You normally don't cut towards yourself. Luckily I am not a professional, but I do know what I'm doing. So don't do this at home. Now I have cut through both layers of the glue, the super glue that I used to glue them on. The only thing that I need to do now is to clip off, snip off. Oh, I'll go a little bit wider for this. Just snip snip. This is just the part of the slaughter base that you do not need anymore. I do need a flat file. Because we have those two upstanding edges. Very carefully. Watch out that you are not doing this above paint or something. So you get all this metal in your paint. It will, if you are going to paint later on, and you get those metal particles in there, you don't get a nice flat paint. That is, normally I do this not on my painting table. Uh-oh, one moment please. Ooh. Oh. Sorry. Probably get metal dust in my nose, I don't know. Also, normally I don't do this on my painting table, but I will clean it because this is the last thing that I do on my stream. I will clean this. Normally I have this table over here. Yes, I have a very luxurious piece of furniture here. Normally this is here, over here is my building and the building and filing place, but I don't have the camera. Yeah, I can change the camera angle. I can, sure I can, but I don't want to. Now, that is the first mini off of the painting base. Now I have to change the camera angle even a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I have, when I am lucky, the model will stand on its own. There we have the base I wanted on. I use super glue. In this case I use this is the gel variant. Not that for me it doesn't matter. People say that this dries faster than the other one. To be honest, I have never noticed any difference. The one thing with, that's always nice for those tubes with the gel. Yeah, oh, there we have too much. We already have too much. Because I don't want to get too much super glue on the bottom, because that will go on the base. We don't want that. If we are lucky, the base is just big enough, but the mini will stand on its own. No, it doesn't. So I have to hold it a little bit. Let's have a sip of coffee. Super glue is not cured yet, but cured enough that the mini keeps standing on its own. That's good. We go to the next model. Same procedure. First, the very dangerous part of carefully and don't make too much. I put some force in it, but a controlled force, of course. Then just bend the base a little bit. I did hear something break. Well, break, but... And there we go. You have to snip this one off. Follow the foot. That's one. And follow that foot. Oh, it is possible. Yeah, this one I will have to I scratched off a little bit of the black paint on the back of his shoe. Not a big problem, it's just a little part. If I just paint that black, nobody will notice. Yeah, they are nice and flat. Just to make sure I don't get paint on the base. Take some black paint. That's enough. So, take the second base. Take the tube with super glue. The reason why I use the gel version, not because it's it glues faster. No, it's still power glue, super glue, and to my experience, it does not glue faster, but it does, as it is a little bit thicker, it does fill gaps a little bit better. Now we have a little bit of a thingy. Yeah. This standing, that's good. I'll let it sit for the moment. This is already completely flat. We can do that. The last one. Again, the very dangerous. Oh fuck. No. Yeah. Sorry. By the way, I can, no problem, I have the minis on file. I know where to find the pictures of the minis, so I can always find the names back, as I forgot. Hey Black Skull, hello! Just popping in for a bit for heading off to gaming. Hey, no problem, because I am almost finished streaming. I have, welcome, hope you are good. And I've been painting some Reaper skeleton pirates. These are also known under the name of Razig and his crew. This is one of them. So let's get it a little bit better in view. That I did a little quick paint job on, as I do need to finish them before in half an hour, as these are for a September challenge. And I can say yes, I am going to make it. Nice, very Harryhausen, Sinbad would be. Thank you very much. Now I only, when I put them on the bases, I thought that I was going to use those bases. Yeah, I did use them, but only to keep the minis while painting. So now I have found, 3D printed some new and better bases. So I have to, as they are metal minis, get rid of the slaughter base and work a little bit on them. And then we put them on really nice also painted on stream. Bases, they are a little bit small. At least I would have had them a little bit bigger. But oh, I have to use my... Somehow it's always strange when I hold down the minis with my right hand. I always shake a little bit. With my left hand, not so much. And I'm right-handed. Anywho, so I had 3D printed these bases, and they are. I had wanted to have them a little bit bigger, but yeah, good. But then they would be 30 millimeters, and for these models they are a little bit. That's a little bit too big. So I went for these hex wooden board, as they are Undead Pirates. And I have been working on this sea hag with her little pet octopus. Oh, sorry, yeah, I changed the direction of my camera. Whee! There she is. Let's go a little bit out. She's a little... Hey, Night Whisper! Hello, hello, hello! Welcome, welcome! Just in time to see me close my... to see the result of my stream. Oh, the other way. Whee! There we go. Welcome, welcome. I was just closing off and put the last few things and the last few. I see I have, when I clipped off the shoes, got home from taking my daughter to a college visit. Yeah, Carol already said you were probably doing daughter stuff, so yeah. And yeah, that is important, certainly. So, no, I get my camera back in the normal position. Well, so we can see what I. Oh, by the way, I hope everything went good for the college visit and everything. So. Again, the Night Hag. Oops, there she is. Whee! Not finished, still work in progress, but mainly let's say her clothes have to be done. You can get a little bit closer, like that. Yeah, there we have her nicely and cool, looking good so far. Yeah, thank you very much. Tried some new stuff out, like using green washes from Games Workshop for the skin, and then adding a few more red pinkish areas. And the most important part, I had to finish at least at least one of my pirate crew minis. And look at this one, and I can now tell you this is Grim Pete. Oh, I'm completely off with my camera. There he is. That is Grim Pete. Number one. Then we have, oh, this is very simple, a skeleton harpooner. And they all are part of the crew from Razig, Captain Razig, Undead Captain, Pirate Captain. And they are all three painted, and the last one, Jackie Bones. They are all three painted for the September challenge from Muse's Touch and Mighty Lancer Games. And I made it! Yes! This means that I only have 17 more models to go. help. Let's see if we can get it into view a little bit, because I have a different camera over there. These are the models that I still have to paint. So you know, including very nice. I have they have 3 versions of Captain Razig. Oh no, I have to zoom out. So this is Captain Razig, Captain Razig and Captain Razig. Like them all 3. This one I have even double, as I am really good at taking, keeping up with my administration of everything. I even have his lapdog, Salty Dog. I'm saving this one for October, as then it is more Halloween. And the great brush off and uses touch. I can use all these minis for that. And I have been painting these ghosts also a little bit. They were much darker in color, so I used a very bright greenish wash. I can give them a little bit more, but they are almost fluorescent. So, and that's what I have been doing this whole evening since Carol started her stream. And this my first stream after my vacation. And after, what is it? 3 hours and 40 minutes. I think I will end this stream and clean up a little bit. And because it's almost midnight. So thank you for popping by, for watching everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And yeah, you're welcome. I hope to see you all next time. Thank you.